Hello and welcome back to Shift Survival Podcast. We are back for another episode and story has really gotten interesting with other people coming into the play. It's not just about Kriti, Abhi and RV anymore. It's about all the other characters that have started to sort of come into the play and possibly we are get going to go into even more political dynamic or aspect of survival, because in post-apocalyptic world it's sometimes not just about surviving from the world itself. Sometimes the people, the politics involved can also get pretty interesting, and we have seen certain seeds being sown into the last chapter. So in this chapter we will explore it even further, and from the title you already know, it's Darkness Within. So without any further ado and taking much of your time, let's straight jump into it. The evening sky over Safe Haven was heavy with an amber glow, filtered through the smog of burning wood and lantern smoke. The settlement thrummed with activity, but there was a subtle unease in the air. Even under Rivan's precise command, not everything was as orderly as it appeared. Patrols moved with careful precision, guards trained in both strategy and powers, and citizens practiced drills as if anticipating threats beyond the walls. Meanwhile, there is this bunch, Abhi, Kriti, and RV, who have not adjusted to the dynamics. Unlike everyone else, they don't function like a well oiled gear. That is all to disrupt the natural flow of Safe Haven. Abhi's unease comes from his thoughts, a weird sense of calm before the storm. In his mind, things are too good to be true. Plus, he has to worry about others knowing that he is, in fact, powerless. Since the fateful day, which is now referred to as the awakening, every single person has gained powers, and thus Abhi's mind continues to drift in the afterthought. Why am I the only one? Why me? Brushing those thoughts away, Abhi wandered through a less frequented part of the settlement, eyes scanning the warehouses and living quarters. He was curious. The uneasiness was too much to let go. There were no apparent problems, which in his mind was a serious problem. Since Kriti and RV had gone ahead to practice with their powers under the watchful eyes of Rivan's lieutenants, this was a golden opportunity for him to explore the settlement on his own. He wandered around, katana rested at his waist, the familiar weight grounding him. Nothing seemed out of place, almost as if it was too well maintained. Then he turned a corner near a storage hall and froze. There, seated on the floor behind reinforced doors, was a girl. She was young, early 20s, similar in age to Abhi and Kriti. Her arms bruised and wrists marked by faint but noticeable scars where her hands were bound. Clothes worn out and face hidden by the hair. She sat silently, head bowed, but Abhi could see the faint flicker of her aura, a shimmer of power restrained but present. Tanya, a low voice called, cutting through the quiet. Abhi froze as the tall, imposing figure stepped into the room. Shrikant. Abhi recognized him, the second in command after Rivan. Abhi had only seen him with Rivan, but this revelation was unexpected. Several thoughts raced his mind, but he had to focus on the scene unfolding right in front of his eyes. The way Shrikant moved, deliberate and confident, sent a shiver down Abhi's spine. He watched from the shadows as Shrikant crouched slightly, leaning close to Tanya, his hand brushing over the blade shaped projections she had conjured, a minor display of her powers. But each one bent harmlessly, useless under Shrikant's solid metal form. You know better than to resist, Shrikant said softly, almost coaxing. You're mine to control until I see fit. Don't make me angry, okay? You don't need me to remind you that. Do you now? Tanya flinched, head lowering further. Her blades, which normally obeyed her slightest thought, hovered uselessly, wrapped and inert against Shrikant's presence. There was no sound beyond their quiet voices. Yet, every word carried weight. Abhi's chest tightened. She's a slave, a prisoner, and that too right under everyone's nose. Shrikant straightened, his eyes scanning the hall as if reminding her she was being watched. Remember your place. You exist only for me. No one is ever coming to save you. Be a good girl and you might just help yourself. The subtle cruelty, the abuse, kept under the guise of order, made Abhi's stomach turn. He had seen many things in this post-apocalyptic world, but nothing like this. The quiet domination of one human over another, right under the nose of safe haven. It wasn't out of place though. His hunch had in fact turned out to be right. Things are never what they seem. Abhi's fists clenched at his sides. He stepped back, hiding in the shadows, heart pounding. This ends. I won't let this continue. Germany can wait. That night, Abhi sat in the quiet of the central hall, reviewing the day's events in his mind. The flicker of lantern light cast long shadows across the wooden floor, echoing the unease he felt. Big sis, you should have seen the fireball that I conjured. It was insane. Are we boasting to Kriti as they came through the door? Kriti noticed Abhi staring at the ceiling, leaning against the chair, lost in his trail of thoughts. Is he okay? Kriti blurted out. Arvi took notice. Kriti and Arvi approached, their expressions curious. Something wrong? Kriti asked gently, brushing a strand of her hair from her face. Abhi's gaze hardened. I saw something today. Something I wish wasn't true. He lowered his voice. There is a girl, Tanya. She's a captive. Shrikant is keeping her under the wraps. He's abusing her, using her, and no one seems to know. Arvi frowned, eyes wide. Using her? How? It's better that you don't ask. I'm not very sure I should talk it in front of you, Abhi said, voice tight with anger. Her blades, Her ability to defend herself or attack does doesn't work against him. Because of his power, he's a solid metal when he wants, unstoppable. And and she's trapped, helpless, like a personal toy. Kriti's brows furrowed. Abhi, are you are you sure? You you like, you did not misunderstand or just see something differently, right? Abhi nodded with a grin. I saw it with my own eyes. She's scared, submissive around him. He had her by the chains. I I saw the fear in her eyes. She's she's a slave, K. And SK, he's a he's an asshole. Right under everyone's nose he's doing this. And who knows what else has he got under? He's dangerous. And it's only a matter of time before it affects us all. It affects you, it affects him. He's a parasite disguised as a human. Let's tell Rivan. Kriti jumped the gun. No, no, not until I'm sure. We don't know whom to trust. What if they are in on this? There is no way to know. We came now. Who knows how long they have known each other? Arvi's fists clenched. But we can't just leave her like that. Abhi leaned back, katana across his knees. We won't. But we need a plan. We can't trust anyone else, and we cannot discuss this openly. It's risky. Even if we decide to free her, what exactly are we going to do next? It's not like we can just walk right in there, grab her, and expect everything to be fine. Kriti rallied in her thoughts. I know, and I certainly don't want an entire settlement full of powerful humans try and kill us. Abhi bent a little, resting his hands on the table. We need to gather information, talk to everyone, try and gauge their thoughts about SK and Rivan. I'm sure we will find something useful. Then we'll lure him out. If my hunch is correct, Rivan might be blind to everything happening under his nose. Doesn't seem like the guy to me. I'm not sure though. So we need to confirm it first. And we need to be discreet about this. Who knows what else is happening around here? What if SK learns about this? He will definitely try to cover it up. Maybe even. Kriti questioned. Abhi looked away. If it comes down to it, I will confront him. Whatever happens, I'm not letting someone take advantage of other people like this. Abhi, don't be crazy. He's not someone you can just beat up. Who knows what else he can do? Yeah, big bro. I mean, what if he tries to harm us? I'm not very sure my fire will work on him. Arvi looked up concerned. Don't worry, kid. I won't let anything happen to you two. Just focus on gathering info. Leave the rest to me. Yesterday, when Rivan asked you, is this why you didn't let us talk? Kriti gazed into Abhi's eyes. Yes. They can't know. Period. Especially SK. Because if it comes down to it, I need every advantage I can have. Kriti sighed, biting her lip. Abhi, I trust you, but this could change everything. Are you sure you want to do this? He let out a humorless chuckle. Trust me, Kay, we have survived everything this world has thrown at us. This is no different. I'll figure it out. We will free her. Just stick to the plan, whatever it takes. Later, lying on the cot in the barracks, Abhi's mind replayed every detail. SK's casual cruelty, Tanya's helplessness, the subtle ways he wielded fear and power to maintain control. He realized that safe haven, despite its apparent order, had cracks. People were comfortable under Rivan's leadership, but convenience often blinded them to subtle abuses. And Abhi knew he could not wait for someone else to act. He closed his eyes, thinking about the coming days. He would need patience, strategy, and stealth. K and RV were learning to use their powers, but even combined, their abilities were clumsy. Abhi's own power, his mind, his strategy, his ability to anticipate and orchestrate was their best weapon. And he would use it. The only question is, will he succeed? That brings us to the end of episode 8, titled Darkness Within, Part 1. Well, what an unexpected turn of events. And wait for it. As the title suggests, the story is only going to go darker. Because if you understand from the title itself, Darkness Within, so it's not just that monsters are your enemies. Sometimes humans can become monsters too, if left unchecked. And in this case, right under everyone's nose. Shrikant is a character who has been around in the shady part of things. And what is he up to? Or what exactly motivated him to do whatever he did? And what more is he hiding is unknown to Abhi. And for Abhi, he kind of expected things to be like that. Having being the reference point for pop culture, he's supposed to be the kind of character who would realize ki yeah, I expected something to be off, and he in fact is right. Let's see how he handles this situation. But for that, you will have to wait for the next episode. And thanks for tuning in. If you liked Shift Survival, continue to share it with as many friends as you want. And if you find this story interesting, I would definitely be very, 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 very grateful if you could share it with a few more people who would love to listen to this story. Because, as I said, it ain't over. We are just getting started. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good life. Peace out.